Okay, so look, people kept telling me how good farming was. Chars, it's like mining out a cobblegen, but sideways. Chars, I made millions off of netherwort. The extra health though. So I said, you know what? Fine. I'll become a farm sweat. And no, I don't mean one of those cringy macroers who set bots to farm for them while they sleep, only to get banned weeks later. I mean a genuine, from scratch sweat who sits for hours on end punching wheat, potatoes, carrots, netherworts, and most importantly, sugarcane. Because that's the one I've heard the most about. So, first things first, we need to build the farms. And I won't bore you with the hours of building, but just know it was a huge pain. I spent way too long building them all. I didn't want to go the length of making them 3 layers big, letting them be able to regrow by the time I got to the end of the 3rd layer, like I did with my netherwort farm, because honestly, I just wanted to compete in Jacob's farming contests. I'm sure you've seen these already. They're not new, but if you haven't heard of them before, they have very little requirements to start. The player needs to be at least farming level 10 to participate, and must talk to Jacob at least once. Jacob's farming contest is an event that takes place every 3 Skyblock days, and lasts for 20 minutes in real life time, during which 3 random crops from the farming collection are selected for players to collect. The top players who increase their collection the most earn unique rewards, such as farming medals. Farming medals are gained by being in the top percentage of players for a specific crop, and mind you, these are average. So, in a nutshell, we want to place gold each event, which is the top 5% of competitors. If not, I mean silver is still good enough, being the top 25% of competitors, because in the shop above Jacob, we can trade 4 silver medals for a gold, and even with silver, after the event ends, we can get some pretty good loot. Another thing we could get are Turbo Crop books. Turbo Crop books are an enchanted book with enchantments that will increase a player's double crop drop chance by 5% per level, stackable up to 5. These are so good, levels 4 and 5 Turbo Crop books require a bronze and silver medal for even using them. And if you don't want to absolutely lose your mind trying to compete with macroers and no sleep, no life sweats like myself, even collecting 100 of the crop gets you a participation prize, that being a Jacob's ticket. Jacob's tickets are items that act as rewards for participation in Jacob's farming contests, and can be used to purchase items at Anita's shop right above him, and for some crafting recipes including mathematical hoe blueprint. Did you hear that? I said it kind of fast, so you might have missed it. Mathematical hoe blueprints are the real goal here. The mathematical hoe blueprint is a common item which allows players to craft one of these specialized hoes, those being Elucid's wheat hoe, Gauss's carrot hoe, Pythagorean potato hoe, Turning sugarcane hoe, and Newton's netherwort hoe. Each of these 5 specialized hoes is made for a certain type of crop. Harvesting crop with the specialized hoe will upgrade its rarity, thus making it more efficient and easier to win contests. To begin with, the mathematical hoe blueprint can be purchased from Anita for a single gold medal and 32 Jacob's tickets. So what we did was we tried almost every single Jacob's farming contest we could manage to stay awake through for a whole week, and in the end we managed to make the hoes from the blueprints. Just look at these bad boys. But we're not ready to farm just yet. There's still a few more hurdles to jump over. There's this pet that we can use to make us drop even more crops. That pet being the elephant pet. The elephant pet is a farming pet that can be bought from Ringo, the traveling zookeeper, during the traveling zoo events. The lower rarities grants a bonus to health and intelligence, which at first you wouldn't think twice about, but the legendary, now that is where the juice is. At level 100, it grants you 180 extra farming fortune, which is just nuts. But it's quite expensive, but it's okay though, it's okay, because we'll make it back when we compete. Plus, we're actively farming crops we can just sell anyway. We net on average 300 to 500k each event now, which is just 20 minutes of our time. Pretty insane, right? Now, the reforges were the very last things we needed for our setup, that reforge being the Blessed Reforge. The Blessed Fruit can be purchased from the Smithmonger in the hub for 1,000,000 coins. The Blessed Fruit is an epic reforge stone that can apply the Blessed Reforge to a hoe or axe. And I mean, come on, 1,000,000 coins isn't too bad compared to the total amount we've invested on these tools, not to mention the pet. Oh, and also, just to go the extra mile, I applied recombobulators for the tiny extra farming fortune to every single tool, which, I'll be honest, was a complete waste of almost 25 million, but hey, the flex is nice. And finally, after spending so many hours building the farm and dozens of millions upgrading the tools, it was finally time to absolutely destroy these Jacob's farming contests. And boy, let me tell ya, we get gold after gold after gold. It's pretty rare if I enter a contest and not get at least a silver. And honestly, we can still consistently get top 5% each event. And this isn't something that'll just fade away. We can do this every 3 Skyblock days, which I think is like an hour in real lifetime, which is kind of insane. So to wrap things up, I thought to myself, in the end, is it worth it? Is it really a sideways cobble gen? Did I actually make millions off of farming? And did I get extra health though? And to that, I would say, yeah, actually. There's literally no better way to gain farming experience than this. And if you eventually want to get your skill average higher, this is absolutely mandatory. And besides, the NPC selling price for some of these crops is really high, so the coins we invested have already paid out. And I mean, it's really semi-AFK as long as you're actively holding down the buttons and not using weights, tape, or even programs to do it for you. Don't get yourself banned. I would 100% recommend doing this. It takes a while to get started, and if you want to go out and buy the tools straight up, it costs a lot. But the whole idea is, as you go, you collect crops to put into the tools. So at the start, you shouldn't be selling any crops, as you'll need them for the upgrades later on. But once you finally finish, it's so sick. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We upload every Sunday and stream daily over at twitch.tv/CharzyMC. We changed our name, by the way. Come check us out. We made each of these advancements live. Or if you missed the stream, head over to the videos page for hours on hours of Skyblock content. And take this with consideration. I mean, I farmed so much I made myself dizzy. Here's a bonus clip for the ones who stuck around to the end of the video. Stay safe out there, and really go for it. Bye now. Dude, I'm not kidding. I farmed Netherwort for so long last night that I was legit motion sick. Like, I went to go stand up and the whole world was spinning to the left. I was like,
this
oh my god.
This is literally just Roblox with extra graphics.
My brain was so used to looking at something that was like moving to the left because I was holding A in the punch block. So by the time I stopped and stood up, everything was like that. Doom, boom, boom, boom.
Whoa, I fell over.